Hello, I want to go through a bit of the recent improvements we have been doing in Wanaku. So recently we have focused a lot of improvements to the UI. There is a lot of UI refinements. For instance, all the web pages that we have for tools, resources, namespaces, all of those received minor adjustments to improve the usability, the overall workflow, so to make things simpler and more flexible, especially in terms of aligning well with the capabilities that already exist in the CLI. For instance, in the namespaces, we now have the ability to edit and adjust them, which previously required some of the UI commands to do that. If you're managing forwards, adding those and assigning those to a namespace is also a lot easier now. So another thing that required the CLI and it's not needed anymore. We adjusted and moved some of the pages to a new developer section. So some of those lower level features we have in Wanaku, like data stores, LLM chat, and so on, are now in their own section. The LLM chat page was also refactored, so the workflow is a lot simpler now. Everything is in a single page. Everything is more readily accessible. It was fixed to work with Wanaku when using authentication, but under some specific conditions, and should be easier to use now. One of the important features we are working for this version is the concept of service catalogs. Previously, if you wanted to access a service, especially using the Camel integration capability, there were a series of steps that you were required to do. First, you need to write the route, then you need to write the rules file, then handle the dependencies, sometimes take care of beans and so on. Nothing of that was relatively easy to do that. This version of Wanaku comes with a set of templates which are created on top of Camel, Camelot, and Forage to simplify this experience. With those templates, users have the ability to quickly provision and create service catalogs that can access their systems. I'll show you more or less how this works. Let's take a look, for instance, at the JMS tool one, which can be quite complicated to get bootstrapped. Now Wanaku comes with this ability, to provision or to instantiate a catalog from this template. It gives you this form with which builds on top of some of the features in Wanaku, some of the Forage features, and allows you to easily create that catalog, right? So once you complete filling the steps, to create the catalog, you can basically launch it. So this launcher provides you with some options you can use to know how to run that capability. So if you're using, for instance, OpenShift, it gives you a form again that you can fill in some details about your cluster, and it gives you the deployment manifest that you can use with the OpenShift command line, to launch it. So the operator will launch that for you when you apply it. On the same thing, if you're using Docker, for instance, you are presented with a screen that asks you for some parameters, and you can launch it. And for local usage, the same thing. It gives you the commands to run the integration, the capability manually, right? So you have to have downloaded it, but once you have it installed, you can launch it, and it looks more or less like this, the process. So you essentially copy it, and if you have the camera integration capability downloaded, then it's gonna connect to Wanaku, it's gonna download the catalog, handle the dependencies for you, which are part of the service catalog. You take care of all of that. We will also take care of the launching and bootstrapping footage for you, along with the settings. And once that is done, it can launch the camel. And with that launched, you can use, for instance, your agent or a tool like MCP Inspector to test it. So here we have the send message using GMS, which is the the tool name I'm using here, nothing fancy, and I'm sending a test message to that queue. And in this case, nothing's gonna happen. There will be a timeout error because I don't have a backend running there. But if we go to the Artemis console and check the message, we can see that the message is there. And if there was a backend handling this and sending replies to the response message, we would have that there. And of course, this is just one part of the service catalog story, because there is more we want to do. For instance, when running locally, I want the router to be able to launch these capabilities, automatically for you. So essentially, the idea is that there will be a button here somewhere, and if you have the camera integration capability or any other capability installed locally, it will launch and connect to Wanaku for you.